Okay, so now we're in the part. I went through the museum inside, which I couldn't do video of because there were people in there and talking. So now we're out to the outside and we're going to travel the path out here. I was looking at, because they have the museum separated from just the Pueblonian, and then when the Spanish came in, and at the very bottom of the list was a name very similar to my birth father's last name. His last name is Zambrano, and this last name was just it didn't have the B in it, which I thought is very, very interesting. But the guy inside said this was very active up until probably the 1600s. And most of the pueblos, or the homes, were 2 to 3 stories. So what's left is just the bottom, which is basically I like that. Respect the rattlesnake's right to privacy. Please stay on the trail. So the bottom part here that's left were the storage areas. And then the top level and the next level above that, if they had a third level, were the living quarters. So we're just going to take you through a walk through what's left of the Pueblo here. Now there are still some Pueblos in New Mexico that are still in use and active. I know the Taos Pueblo, people still live there. And there's quite a few other ones that people still live in. But this is one of those ones that got deserted way back in the 1600s, and they really don't know why. Just people just up and left, went on their way, maybe moved to different parts of the country, different parts of New Mexico. This apparently is the plaza, integrated into the architectural design of the Pueblo, were the focus of many daily activities year-round. Near the room blocks, there were probably pens for turkeys, kept as a source of feathers and food for the household. Dogs ran loose, searched for scraps of food, and played with the children who were tending to their chores. Women would grind corn and cook under ramadas that shaded them from the sun. Men and women could be seen weaving and making pottery, as these items were needed for everyday and ceremonial use. They also would be seen replastering walls with mud to deter erosion from the rain. Huh. All kinds of birds. We'll see if the guy inside said there are a lot of rabbits here, so I got lucky to see the one. We'll see if any others come up. The birds. Okay, so what's this? The pit-like structures to your right, that one there, that's a pretty big one, and then one over here to the left are the ruins of underground chambers called kivas. That's what's left of them. The Pueblo Indians of today conduct many of their religious ceremonies in the similar kivas, although they are now generally built above ground. These young men live in the kivas, which are located in the patios of the Pueblo. They are built underground either square or round, with pine columns. The floors are paved with large smooth slabs like the baths in Europe. In the interior, there is a fireplace like the looks like it says binnacle of a boat. I'm not sure what that is. Where they burn a handful of brush with which they keep up the heat. They can remain inside the Eustafa as in a bath. We saw some so large that they could be used for a game of ball. If a man repudiates his wife, he must come to the Eustafa. It is punishable for the women to sleep in the Eustafa or to enter them for any other purpose than to bring food to their husbands or sons. Wow, that's a new one on me. Didn't know that. Let's go over here and see what this is. And of course, this is another ladder. I took a picture of one of the great big ones out in front of the museum. And of course they say, you know, please do not climb on the ladder. Let's see. So this is one of the earthen structures. They're still apparently not really sure how they were constructed. This is a reconstruction of a single room. Ooh, kinda, there's a door or window back there. Kinda cool in there. That's where they grind the corn and the meal. Just kinda cool. And this must have been like half the tribe came in here and sat in this one. That's huge for a kiva. This one is called the painted kiva. Together to build the villages. The women began engaged in making the mixture and the walls while the men bring the wood and put it in place. They have no lime, but they make a mixture of ashes, coals, and dirt. So that's how they build them. This is what I call one heavy-duty ladder. And you can only go inside it if you take the tour. I've been in kivas before, so we don't need to take a tour to go down in it. So this was excavated in the 1930s. Those are some heavy-duty logs. Wow. I'm thinking those metal grates are new. That's not something that would have been around back in the day. most kivas, at least the ones I've been in, you have to climb down into them. They're probably pretty cool inside. This one doesn't, just shows the wood going through it. All right, let's see what else we got on the tour. It is very peaceful out here. Not sure, we got a square thing over there. There's nothing saying what it is though. But it's like, and it's so funny because the city of Bernalillo is like right there. It's not that far. Okay, so what do we have here? They keep the separate houses where they prepare the food for eating and where they grind the meal, very clean. This is a separate room or closet where they have a trough with 3 stones fitted in stiff clay. Then the women go in here and each have a stone with which one of them breaks the corn, the next one grinds it, and the third grinds it again. It's kind of cool. The sun in the place where you can't see what's being shown. Many of the large pueblo constructed along the Rio Grande were built over a long period of time. New households were connected to previous construction and eventually surrounded a central plaza. As other people joined the community, they constructed their own room blocks, and plaza areas much in the same way that neighborhoods develop within today's communities. There's something that was there at one point. You can still see what's left. I have a feeling there's a lot that they have not excavated, even though they started this in the 1930s and it's a historic site now. I think there's a lot that hasn't been uncovered, because I definitely didn't see 1,500 homes over on the other side. This, I'm not quite sure what. We got a little thing here that's attached to a very large rectangular space, and there's another one on this side. Not sure what those are, and there's nothing here to say. And we have a pile of rocks over here. Looks like what they were using to build this at one point. Okay, and I think that's almost the end of the tour. Let's see. Again, they have it written in English and in Spanish. And my phone is getting ready to die, so it's a good thing we're almost at the end of the tour. Another square. It was a square kiva. Okay. It was excavated in the 1930s, but was immediately backfilled to protect the damaged walls. Okay. So that I don't lose everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end the video before my phone dies. So this is a square kiva that they were talking about. Looks like there's some more stuff over there. I'm going to follow the path down there a little bit, and then it ends over here. So that is the tour of the Kuave, I think is how he pronounced it, kiva that was excavated in 1930. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and remember, walk in beauty, my friends, walk in beauty.